So YoungPool are a Chinese manufacturer of SMT production equipment. Their portfolio of products includes two unique pieces of equipment, an automatic splicing machine and a vacuum degassing machine. Here to tell us about them is the Marketing Director, Xavier Ong. Welcome, Xavier. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for the time. Yeah.
So maybe we can start talking about the vacuum degassing machine. Why do you need to have a vacuum degassing machine for coatings and encapsulation?
Okay. What happened right now is for industries that for those process that they did a lot of conformal coating. In fact, customers nowadays and today they are still struggling with the bubbling effect. After the coating, there's some bubble that just entrap within the coating materials. Mm-hmm. And right now, customers they have no solution about it.
Right.
So what customer does is, they will probably put that PCB after the coating aside for as long as like 30 minutes or 25 minutes. We're hoping that the bubble will escape by itself. So we have this machine that is to be put in line to solve this problem completely. Yeah.
I see. So when you talk about air bubbles, is that the same principle as voiding in BGAs, where the position of the air pocket within the interconnection interface is more important than the size of the air pocket?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And all these air bubbles are formed during the coating process. Of course, some of the users, what they did now is they try to find different viscosity of the coating product, mm-hmm. hopefully to get it as less tacky as possible, so that it's easier for the bubble to escape. But in fact, for this particular machine, I should probably say this is probably the only machine in the whole industries that has such a function.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what is the takt time like? On the machine? Does it when you put it through this vacuum degassing machine, is it a fairly fast process? I mean, is it something that has a fairly fast takt time?
If you ask me, this machine is more like a process machine. So it is very much dependent on the viscosity of coating material that the customer is using. Yeah, mm-hmm. the viscosity can range from like 150 CPS all the way to 7,000. But wow. Based on our experience, a good probably cycle time like 30 to 45 seconds is good enough to remove most of the bubbles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So most dispensers of encapsulations and coatings do not use heat. Why do you use heat in the degassing process?
Okay, in fact, this heat is an option for the machine. As far as possible, we try to avoid, because if you are using heat, you might end up curing the material instead of releasing the bubbles. Right. So we are actually we try to avoid this process. But if for some reason customers need to use very high viscosity material, then mm-hmm. we need to apply a little bit of heat. Yeah.
So how does your process work then? You know, how do you essentially get rid of the air bubbles?
Okay. In fact, how does this machine work is using the combination of vacuum and if heat is needed. So in fact, we are turning off and on the vacuum in the very short pauses. Mm-hmm. So all these pauses will stir an effect on the coating material and allow the bubble to escape to the environment. Yes.
Okay. So where would you say is your biggest market then for the degassing product?
Yeah, what happened is because we have visited customers from different industry, starting from like the home appliances or even the automotive or the medical. For most of the lower end product, they don't really care about the bubble. Yeah, but especially for highly sensitive product like in the automotive and medical, bubbles in the coating material is definitely cannot be. Yeah. So in fact, for such a machine, for very high high value product, then customers should actually look into it.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine a lot of the white goods and people like that wouldn't be interested in it, but for high rel, I would imagine it's worthwhile and
yes,
easier to get a return on investment there.
Yeah, that's correct.
So so that's one unique machine that you have at YoungPool. You've got another one we want to take a look at, which is an automatic splicing machine. That's also got some unique features. First, it has an automatic clamping system to accommodate different tape widths. Can you tell us how that works?
Okay, in fact, this automatic splicing machine, it comes in several models. Okay, it's come in several models. It's merely trying to automate the whole splicing process and to make the job for operator easier and also to have a much shorter cycle time. Because right now, I should easily say 95% of the factory, they are still doing the manual way. Okay, nothing wrong with the manual way, nothing wrong. But the thing is, the kind of splice tape that they are using right now, the adhesion is just not good enough to have a very good holding after the splices took place. Imagine if the splicing tape quality is not so good, right? After they do the splicing, when the tape try to run through the feeders, when the feeders start to pull, it will snap off. And this will cause the unnecessary stoppages of the machine. I mean, the pick and place machine.
So what you're saying is if the splicing is not accurate enough, then the sprockets would miss the holes.
Exactly. You will miss the hole, and even if it's accurate and they are using a normal splice tape, it might not even be able to hold the top tape properly when the feeder start to index forward.
Right. Okay. So does the crimping action also apply heat, and if so, why is that necessary?
Okay, very good question. Yeah, because why are we able to have a very strong splices? Because we are using both the heat technology and our very own splice tape that developed by YoungPool. Yeah, we put a lot of effort in developing to get the right mixture of the adhesion and together with the use of the heat to give a very strong splices. Even after these splices, you use this tape like 3 months later, the adhesion still will stay very, very strong. In fact, this is our technology for the machine. Yeah.
Great. So so do you use a special type of adhesive, obviously, inside the splicing material that you're using?
Yeah, it's some kind of like our proprietary formula that is actually developed by YoungPool itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of our machine, interestingly, even because we know that right now, if you are in the factory long enough, there are still chances that they are loading and splicing wrong reels to the old feed, to the existing reels. All the components look the same. I mean, in terms of the outline, they might look the same.
Yeah.
And during this miniaturization, everyone is going into like 021 or even 01, 005. So we have this machine that actually make the measurement, the LCR measurement, to make sure that the old and the new reel match before the splices take place. Right. And this is actually capturing a lot of attention from our users in the market. Yeah.
Okay. So you can splice any type of tape at all, anything, even right down to 0201 metrics.
Yes, we don't have problem. We have one of the model, we call it L900. We can splice all types of tape, be it paper tape or plastic tape, black color or transparent tape, all the way from 8 mm to 24 mm within the same machine.
Okay, yes. That's great. Now, I also see that the cart can be motorized. So are these machines heavy to push around manually?
That's a very interesting question. Because we start selling this machine, in Europe and in India or in US, it very much depends on the operator that's handling the machine. I don't get this kind of request to have the motorized view for operator in Europe and US or even in India region. But when I'm coming now, I start to do more in the Southeast Asia market. They are thinking that if there's a motorized wheel, it's easier for the smaller operator to maneuver the machine.
Right.
But hey, the machine only weighs like 65 to 80 kg.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an optional extra, really, basically.
It's an option, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it certainly looks quite neat. Okay. So
Yes.
you said you're selling it in the United States and Europe. Who are your main distributors there?
Oh, in US, my main distributor is ATEC.
Yeah.
Miss Patty. Yeah.
Yeah, Patty. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yes.
Yeah.
So in Europe, I have this agent from Hungary. He's a Hungarian agent.
Okay.
Yeah. He's small, but he's doing a good job for now.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
So it's been distributed from Hungary. I mean, are you looking for more distributors in other European countries, or
Definitely.
is it a master distributor?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We are not actually subjected to the sole distributorship. So yeah, if we can have more distributor, then it's better for us.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And so the company's a Chinese company, but I believe you're headquartered out of Singapore. Is that correct?
Okay, it's a Chinese company. Our headquarters is still in China, in Shenzhen. So I'm the only one that is in overseas that taking care of all the region outside China.
I see.
That's my role. Yes.
I see. So you're the overseas marketing director, essentially.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, there's two very interesting products there, Xavier.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing. Are you planning to just exhibit these at Apex or any of the large European shows coming up?
Yeah, the next one, I'm still talking to Patty. We hope that we can, show the machine in this San Diego. I hope to be there. Yeah. So, but before that, I'm also showing the machine in the coming Philippines show.
The Philippines show, okay.
Yeah, the PSECE in November.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
It's fine. And plans for maybe next year into Europe for Productronica or something like that?
That's definitely. In fact, we have shown the machine in the previous Productronica last year back in Munich. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. Well, we'll look forward to hearing more. Is there any other developments that you're planning to add to the machine, or is this in its final form?
Okay, our latest development based on the splicing machine, because I've mentioned that the splicing machine do check the value for the capacitance or the resistance. So now our latest update is we are actually checking the value for both the existing reels and the new reels. So in case there's a chance that they are trying to splice a capacitor to a resistor, totally no chance. It will not happen. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, better safe than sorry, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, it's great to see new innovation coming into the market, and I want to thank you for coming in and sharing that with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Trevor.
In an EMS world full of supply chain challenges, pandemics, and shifting deadlines, Global SMT TV works around the clock to keep you up to date with the latest process technologies, standards, and breaking industry news to keep you at the top of your game. Global SMT TV, bringing you one step closer to your goals.